The voice I do for this character is well known, and very often what will happen is a producer will ask for me and say, I want that voice.
Really?
Yeah, they already know what it is and they all know that I want to do that.
Can we hear it?
Oh, absolutely.
I am Kurama, the nine-tailed demon fox from Naruto Shippuden.
Hey, I'm Elise Baughman. This is Anime Adventures, and I'm an actor who interviews actors as I travel to Kameha Cons across the country. And today, I am with Paul St. Peter.
Hi everyone, how you doing?
I am so excited to talk to you. We are at Kameha Con, the All Dragon Ball convention. So, you have so many great characters. He does so many amazing roles.
Thank you, Sam.
Where should we start?
Oh, we should start with, with Sorbet.
Let's start with Sorbet. We are at a Dragon Ball convention. Let's start with Sorbet.
After all.
Yes, after all.
So the voice I came up with had to do with the picture and the
Oh,
dialogue.
really?
But what I will do is look at the character and get a description of what he's about, but also I look at the dialogue that tells me a lot about the character, which is where I came up with the voice of
Sorbet and Lord Frieza.
So I pick things out that way, and I usually get a pretty good idea what the voice I'm after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's one of the ways to approach it. It depends. Sometimes the character is given to you, and they tell you exactly what you want to sound like Kurama.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We have to say that. Okay, so Naruto. I always want to make sure I say that correctly.
That's right. That's very, very good. Naruto.
Yeah.
From Naruto Shippuden. The voice I do for this character is well known, and very often what will happen is a producer will ask for me and say, I want that voice.
Really?
Yeah, they already know what it is and they all know that I want to do that.
Can we hear it?
Well, absolutely. Because you're going to try it right afterwards, right?
Oh, okay. I'm going to try this one. Yes.
I am Kurama, the nine-tailed demon fox from Naruto Shippuden.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Give me a shorter line to say.
Okay.
I won't remember all that.
Naruto, let's show them our power.
Naruto, let's show them our power.
Not bad. Not bad.
That is an amazing voice. That is hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
How do
know,
you?
Well, I know how to
test
do it
that?
as a speech teacher and as a singer. I know how to cheat my way and breathe through the sound. That's the big difference.
Oh, how do you? Tell us.
Well,
How
so-
do you do that?
So many people scrape their vocal cords together really hard to
I
do a
think
voice
that's
like
what
that.
I was doing.
Yeah,
So,
and everybody does that, and you damage yourself, and you can't
Yeah.
do it for very long. I actually breathe through the process of scraping the vocal cords together, but
Oh,
I've
you
found a
do?
way to breathe through it so it doesn't damage me very much. I can do it for hours and hours, but I try not to do it 2 days in a row.
oh, okay. So you breathe through that, so you're not really scraping your vocal cords
I am
together?
scraping them a little bit.
But there's more air than scrape.
There's
That's the way.
more air. That's great.
Yeah. So you go ahead and make it more about the breath than the scraping.
Oh, okay.
But I've been doing it for years. Don't practice this at home, and for professionals, as I say.
Wow. Okay. I did feel a difference. I probably still wasn't doing it correctly, but I did feel a difference.
Yeah, and I don't
A little bit
recommend,
more.
unless you get the training, the voice training as a singer, I don't recommend doing it. And plus, honestly, there's not that much call for it. Yeah, I as an actor, I get requested to do that, but I don't get to audition with it very often. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
But it's such a unique voice. I can see how they would go, okay, I want that voice.
Yes, and they will actually say that, we want that voice. The director calls me and I know what they're talking about, so.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you ever get a request to do that voice for a commercial, or is it just like animation, video games?
Animation and video games, and occasionally narration, where they want to really change the voice up, and it needs to be mysterious and demonic and all that sort of thing. So once in a while.
Interesting.
One example of this, when you hear that, when I'm talking about the scrape, is when I do the voice of Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts. Now this one will be a little closer to what you can do.
Okay.
Remember, nothingness is eternal.
So slowly.
Okay, nothing is eternal. Is that...
Remember, nothing is eternal.
Okay.
I don't feel like it was deep enough.
Well, you can make it as deep as me. I hope you don't, Jesse. Yeah, this particular character, I came up with that voice almost by accident.
Oh, how so?
And it was the one that they wanted from a different character on an anime I did. I didn't do the role. But I came in and did this audition, and it turned out to be the same. I didn't listen to it.
Really?
A very strange and very happy accident.
Oh, I like happy accidents. Those
Yeah,
are nice. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to doing, for instance, a dialect, one of my areas of expertise I've taught at 4 universities, accents, dialects, speech, all that sort of thing. In a case where we have Master Wang Fu from Miraculous Lady Bug.
Oh, I've talked to the director.
Okay, because I always want to just say Ladybug, but it's Miraculous Ladybug. They approached me about the character, and they wanted a light Chinese accent because he is very much, he's a guardian, and they want to make sure that he is wise, and he teaches the kids how to be guardians, that sort of thing.
So the voice I chose to make has a very kind of a light Chinese accent. So I'm doing all of the sound and make sure everyone can understand me.
But it does have that little touch of Chinese in there.
Yes.
And the gentle voice that I use, the quiet voice, is very, very nurturing. And that's the quality I brought to it.
Okay. So when you are doing dialects and accents, for people who are interested in learning those, what do you recommend for dialects and accents?
Try to, as much as you can, learn from someone. If you're going to do it online, there are wonderful teachers like Karen Strassman. I don't do videos. I'm not teaching as much as I used to, but there are instructors out there that do whole workshops where they will give you the A to Z, every sound you need for an accent. If you are going to do a French accent, there is a certain way you have to pronounce things. You must, you need to be able to do this sound, which is called a uvular R, which is as opposed to a tapped R. Yeah.
Okay, that one's
So you can do a tapped R,
Yeah.
but the uvular R is the.
Yeah.
Like if you remember the singer Roy Orbison, he was the one that did the original Pretty Woman, and in the song he does this. So that's a kind of sound, yeah.
Okay.
And you have to have that for the French and German accents.
Oh, I don't do a lot of accents, but I had to do a German accent for one of my anime shows, and I had to work really hard
Yes.
in that.
It's not easy to do those effectively and bring the acting elements because you're always thinking about doing the accent right. It must be second nature.
Okay.
So if you're going to be a chairman, you have to make sure that it is the right kind for the role. So if you are doing, for instance, a Bavarian accent, which is the style I'm doing now.
Wow.
So again, in your front pocket, it has to be ready with it at all times.
Man, what a gift that you
Thank
have.
you. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got the ear and the ability to do sound from my parents.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it is a gift, and definitely one that can be nurtured and worked on. But
Yeah, I've worked with students that don't have a feel for it. They get fairly good to the point where they can get cast, and that's the point.
yeah.
You know, not everybody is going to do that any more than a person is going to have the kind of falsetto that they need to do certain characters. I don't have that. So, minus, plus, we have our good and bad things.
We have our things. Yes.
Hi, I'm Austin Weiser. Are you interested in becoming a voice actor or learning more about the voice acting craft? I've taken classes from Elise Baughman. She has private and group classes that she teaches, and I've learned to hone my confidence as an actor, to really dive deep into characters, and to really have fun and experiment. Check out EliseCoaches.com and sign up today.
So let's talk about Hunter x Hunter. Did you also look at this and come up with the character voice? Like, did you see?
They called me in for this voice because they know my voice. I almost never get to use my own voice. All of these characters.
Oh, that's right. You use your own voice.
Yeah, I rarely get to do it. So in this case, they just wanted me to be Hunter and come up to Razor as basically sounding like me. And again, that's very unusual. So I come in and I'll say, this one is strong. I remember his father was the same way. So I was using essentially my voice with a little touch of Xemnas in there. But I got to sound like me, and that's very unusual. I almost never get to be me.
And did you enjoy that, or?
I liked it a lot because I was able to simply express myself from top to bottom of my range and not concern myself with, will this tire my voice out? Because 4 and 5 hours of Kurama will take it out of you.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And
Okay.
this, my favorite little guy in the entire world, Wormmon from Digimon. And you'll get to try this one too.
Okay.
All right. Wormmon was the sweetest, most pathetic, most lovable. You want to pick him up and take care of him, little guy in the whole world. And I used my deepest voice.
Oh gosh.
So when I was Wormmon, my first scene, the phone rang and I picked it up and I said, "Hold for the Digimon Emperor, line 1 for you, sir."
Okay.
Hold for the Digimon Emperor. Line 1, sir.
You see, you got the tremolo, the tremulous or shaky quality, tremolo in Italian. You got that. A lot of people don't hear that.
Oh.
Yeah, and you went for the lower range. Now, again, you're not going to be like me, the bass baritone. But you did get a good feel for the quality of that, so nicely done.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And the pacing is very important. Xemnas speaks very slowly. I had to do that because the lines as written in Japanese were this long and the translation was this long, but the timing in Japanese was this long. So everything had to be slowed down, and that's why when you play Kingdom Hearts, that's the way I speak, specifically as a technical need to fill all of the timing.
Interesting.
The lines were written short, the timing was long. So you'll hear me doing all the voice of Xemnas, and I'm always taking my time.
That's interesting.
Paced differently based on technical needs, as opposed to the character choice that I made.
Yeah.
So you have to make the acting choices and make the character choice all work very well within the technical aspects of what they're after sometimes.
Yeah, that's something that people, I think, you don't always think about. I don't even always think about when I'm watching stuff, that
Well,
there
and-
is the technical part.
And sometimes there is no difference. They say, speak like you or speak like this character, but there's a normal pace that you do. But this was a case where we had to fill the time in with the dialogue, as opposed to, how would you be expressive, how would you be emotional and this sort of thing. This was one of those, you had to make all that work, but make it longer.
Draw it out.
So those of you who play Kingdom Hearts, that is why I had the delivery that I did.
Okay, very interesting. Well, since you have taught so much, if there were somebody out there who wanted to get started in voice acting or was just new on their journey, what would you tell them? What would you recommend?
As far as wanting to be a voice actor, you want to forget about being a voice actor and you need to become an actor. You need to work on stage, do as much stage as you possibly can, do as much improv as you possibly can.
Love improv.
Yeah. What you need to do is ground yourself as an actor, be solid as a professional, have the emotional wellspring to draw from, and then maybe you can do voiceover. Most people can't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm so special that I do it. It's just that there's a very peculiar mix of vocal qualities and skills that you have to have, and not everybody can do those things. There are people with better voices than me, and they're better actors than me, but not being able to do the sync, be able to bring, for instance, an accent and do it faithfully, constantly as the character and bring the emotion, bring the whole character to life. Those things all have to be put together, and you're right in front of a microphone. You don't have a stage, you don't have props, and you don't get to talk to anybody. You're by yourself.
Yes.
So you better be grounded as an actor because you're not getting much help from anyone else.
That is so true. Well, what is your favorite thing about voice acting?
The people I work with. Absolutely. I love the work, but the best thing about the business has been the people that I've gotten to know and the close friends over time, over the years.
Yeah, ditto to that. Ditto to that. Okay, I think we should say bye to Anime Adventures in your Naruto voice. I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
Farewell. Do not forget your friend, Kurama, the nine-tailed demon fox.
Farewell. Do not forget your friend Kurama. If I said that right,
The nine-tailed demon fox.
the nine-tailed demon fox.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
You're
Thank you.
awesome.